Hey guys, Claire here, and welcome to the living room at Oeste. This is probably one of the spaces that has had the biggest transformation. When Yayo and I first found this house, it was, a cute kind of like 1980s ranch home, and the inside of the home was very dark. It was this like kind of dark red tone, all wood paneling, like all like knotty pine paneling everywhere. Looking around, I thought the bones are really good, like it could turn into something amazing, but it's just a matter of like editing. One of the main ideas behind Oeste Home is not only to be a place for people to stay and eventually have events, that kind of thing, but also to be a place for photography and for photo shoots. And one of the most popular locations in Los Angeles is the Philip Dixon house. One of the ideas when it came to the design for this home is making sure that there were some spaces in it that were really adaptive. And the living room was one of those spaces where we wanted to make sure, it was like white walls, concrete floor, really, really simple, but still architectural and still interesting. Immediately I thought, okay, I really love the built-in furniture at the Philip Dixon house. Maybe we could do something kind of like that. So when I connected with Concrete Collaborative, I told them like, hey, I really think it'd be cool to do a terrazzo kind of couch bench situation. And so that's what's actually behind me here. It's the same terrazzo that we have going on in the master bathroom as well. I love it. It's really simple. It's their alabaster chip. It's just a little bit of a finer terrazzo, so it's not oversized, which to me makes it feel a little more classic. I really loved the idea of weaving terrazzo throughout the house because it's such an important part of kind of Mexican design and architecture, and with this house, because of Yayo's heritage, we wanted to really make sure that it felt like there were pieces of Mexico throughout the house. Having softness is very important because everything in here is quite hard. It's all rocks, basically rocks and concrete. This company in Morocco, they work with different seamstresses and weavers in Morocco. So I had them actually make custom pillows. So all the white pillows are from Morocco. And then we have a combination of the Eloise pillows sort of on top, just in a lot of different textures and colors, which I think is so lovely. And then for the floor pillows, these are the terracotta Cuba cloth pillows by St. Frank, and it actually matches the wallpaper we have in one of the guest bedrooms. Behind me, you can see this really awesome kind of 1970s fireplace. Originally, we were planning on doing kind of like an Adobe style fireplace that was all built in and plaster, etc. But then honestly, the budget, it was too expensive. It was one of those things where we kind of had to decide between doing the fireplace or cutting a lot of other ideas. So this is from Retro Burn. Retro Burn, if you guys aren't familiar, he's hilarious. He's this guy that literally has cornered the market on every badass mid-century modern fireplace in Southern California. So if you want a fireplace like this and you live in California, you kind of have to go to Retro Burn because he's the one that has all the best ones. These incredible chairs and then these gorgeous Turkish pots are from Rejuvenation. I have been eyeing the Shaw chairs for such a long time. They're really, really cool. Very mid-century, but kind of, I would say, more from like the early 50s rather than the late 50s. It's very Danish modern, it's very Japanese modern. And I love the combination of the leather with the woven sisal. And I think it actually blends in really beautifully into a white space like this because it gives it a little bit of warmth. The rugs as well are all from Rejuvenation. I love the rugs in this house so much. They each have like a really fantastic texture and a different kind of color palette. And so kind of keeping in the like white light space, that's what we're doing in here. I've mentioned this when we talked about the front room, so if you haven't seen that video, make sure to check it out. But I really got obsessed with this idea of putting a window in the middle of the wall because I wanted to just create more light, as much light as possible. We punched a hole in this wall to kind of create this amazing breezeway window. And at one point we were gonna do concrete breezeway blocks, but then we had all of this extra terrazzo left over and we thought, what can we do with this? How can we use it? Because it's such beautiful material. And so we had the contractor, put metal beams in, and then we put all the terrazzo around it and created this really awesome kind of unique triangular shape window, which is really cool because on the living room side, it's just a really interesting feature. But on the front room side, when you're sitting in the front room, it actually provides additional light and it really like filters everything in really, really beautifully. And then I have this really wonderful little table lamp. For all of the sort of table lamps, I use Troy lighting because they have a really gorgeous patina. There's like a weathered quality that I think is so lovely and really suits itself to the space. The planter, one of my previous homes that I lived in had a planter in the fireplace area. And I thought that was just so fun and weird to have, you know, plants inside like that. And we had this window that kind of just like looks out straight into the mountains. And I thought that doing some kind of planting there would be really beautiful and be a really lovely way of kind of framing the space and bringing greenery inside in a kind of unique way. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost forgot about the biggest thing in the room, which is this coffee table. So in my head, I was like, well, we have so many rocks that are incredible on this property. Let's just make how hard could it be to make a coffee table out of these rocks? Because in my head, it's like, well, the rocks are free. The glass is like $80. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be a very inexpensive, budget-friendly option. It ended up being a bit of a project. However, I think it turned out amazing and I'm so pleased with them. And I will say, Yayo got, if there's like merit badges for manliness, I think like cutting into granite is probably up there. I love it. It looks just sort of like the glass floating on top of the rocks, and it's really minimalistic and beautiful, and I just absolutely love how that turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed learning a little bit more about the living room at Oeste Home. Please make sure to check it out at Oeste Home on Instagram. We always are posting new fun things on the property there. And thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate it and hope to talk to you soon. Bye.